Over the last 2 days and today, that's 3 days now, I have been carpet bombing Gloria Allred's intake email. And there they are, being watched all the way down the line. Every one of them. Gloria Allred has all of my best shit. And good shit from somebody else. A couple of them. Okay? Now then, Gloria Allred is the CC carbon copy too. But I emailed Dean Strange, Ron Beauty, Lord Nightrider, Stephen Dresden, and Kathleen T. Zellner in that order. With each one. So, all the lawyers, 5 of them, and Allred are on the same page. And Allred's got a few questions. New to it. You see, Allred's not compromised. Gloria Allred and Associates. We can hold a mock trial. Just rent a courtroom, and I know where one is. We can rent. Yeah. There it is. It's a courtroom. It's a museum courtroom, but it's a courtroom. You don't have to build a courtroom. We'll just all meet there. Just rent it out from the county. Okay? See, they built a whole other courtroom. They don't use that no more. Let's meet there. Courtroom. Cameras. Who did 2 women that did Making a Murderer? Huh? Ask them to come film this. Season 3, Making a Murderer, Season 3. It's all right there. We can invite Kratz, fallen gone, to show up. If they're still alive. Probably not. Kratz, Gloria Allred, associate. All right? Unless Gloria wants to take it on herself. That'd be cool. But I can prove 100% that Teresa Marie Hallbach drove off of the Avery Auto property alive and well. I can prove that when Stephen says he saw her take a left on Avery Road and 147, that he's telling the truth, that he did see her leave. Okay? And I can prove it beyond the shadow of a doubt. 100% in Teresa's own fucking handwriting. Okay? Teresa's handwriting is, I left Stephen Avery alive and well, in her handwriting. It don't get much better than that, except for sitting across the table and watching her write it out. How many of you dumbasses out here believe that Teresa left a message on Barb's phone? Message machine. How many of you people believe that bullshit? Hi, I don't have your address. Well, that takes out frickin', there it is. If she doesn't have Barb's address, she can't show up to Barb's. But yet, she wrote Stephen's address in her handwriting on the 31st of October, when she was sitting there and Bobby was watching her. So Bobby's got eyes on her, and Teresa writes down B. Janda. She writes down Stephen's address, and she writes down, well, see, it's like this. How can Barb Janda have Scott Taddish's phone number on the 31st of October when Tom Janda was living there at the time with a different phone number? Teresa would have to have called Tom Janda at his phone number and his address, which is right there next to Steve's, who had the phone number that she written down on her photo shoot. Scott Taddick's phone number. Did you know that that phone number is also listed to Avery's Auto Salvage Business? Avery's Auto Salvage Business is this address. Barb's address is with an additional A on it. Okay? Barb paid the phone bill, but the phone bill reflects that it went to Barb's. It went to Avery Auto Salvage office, and it's also listed as belonging to Scott Taddick. Barb did not have Scott Taddick's phone number on the 31st of October of 2005, period. Anybody that says she does, she had Tom Janda's phone number on the 31st of October 2005. And here's another question for you. Teresa signed it 45 degrees. Teresa, 45 degrees up at the top, right? And she collected $35. Right down there at the bottom, $35. How did law enforcement get a hold of this? Well, Teresa faxed it. Well, Teresa faxed it. She faxed it. Didn't fax it off a Steve's fax machine, did she? Hang on, Steve. We'll get to the rape and murder here in a little bit. Let me fax this off. Use your fax machine, Steve. No. Law enforcement is in possession of the very sheet of paper that she wrote down in front of Stephen Avery watching her, with Stephen Avery's money laying right there next to it. If that's not a smoking gun, why? Why in the hell would Teresa leave a message on that phone number in Barb's house? Nobody's fucking home. How did she show up? If she doesn't have, she said, if I don't have your address, I can't show up. So call me back and give me your address. Whose address is that? Well, the phone came in. Teresa didn't make that call. Teresa's down here. She received a call from Kruger's Bar up in Haley's Corner. Okay. That's where it came from. From the office of the bar. Well, who the fuck is in the sports? Mike Halbach. Mike Halbach's sitting there in the bar calling his sister. Why was that on the machine? Why was that on the machine? Huh? Why? To fuck up the case. That's why. To fuck up the case. But they framed his ass anyway. Who framed Stephen Avery? The cops? No. No. Manawak County Sheriff's Department did not frame Stephen Avery. Period. They supplied the rabs. Lemieux Toyota over here supplied the rabs. Scott Taddick's phone number was not in Barb's house. on the 31st of October 2005. It's right there in the record. So, maybe she did. Maybe she did. She called the office, and the office transferred it onto her phone. Okay? But whatever it is, she did not call Barb. She didn't call Barb. She did not call that address that Barb and the Janda Dassey residence. She did not call that. That call was never made. The call was made to Chuck down here at the office. Okay? Because it could be one line, okay? Or she called Scott Paddock sitting down there in his trailer off of 147. That's the only two places those calls could have gone. How they ended up on the Janda machine is to fuck up the framing of Stephen Avery. There's no reason why it should be on the Janda machine. She's been out there before. She got Tom Janda address before. She knew where she was going. She's been out there half a dozen times. Okay? It's not like she's never been there before. So, why the message on the machine? There's no reason for that. There's no logical reason why Teresa Halbach would have called Barb Janda and tell her, I don't have your address, when she's got her address. It's right there on the fucking form. She wrote it out herself. She didn't just drive around in circles and magically, there it is. No. No. Now I got a different theory now. Check this out. Mike Halbach is sitting in Kruger's bar, in the office of Kruger's bar. Not the PayPal of Kruger's bar, the office of Kruger's bar. Okay? And he calls Teresa. Teresa calls back. Well, when Teresa calls back, and let's see now, it would be on her phone. Kruger's bar is on her phone. She called Kruger back. Or he left a message on her phone, and then she would get her phone, get the message. That's why there's deleted messages off of her phone. Why are there deleted messages? Because he left a message, and she checked her mailbox, and in that, it gave her instructions, or he told her over the phone while she was watching. Whatever the case is, the call from Kruger's bar, Mike Halbach calls his sister, tells her to go take a left on 147. She does. Take a left on County Road Q. Goes right past Cuss Road, fuck that. Keeps on going down Fisher Road, comes up that other back road, Ridge Road, and parks the vehicle in the turnaround, goes across the creek, which is below water now, okay, and goes up into the Manawak County Fish and Game Ranger house, where Scott and Barb are living now. Make it that simple. There it is. She just shows up there. Boom. But we got her phone going off over here. Now if her phone pinged and come back over here, would have shown where she went. So Bobby turned the other direction. He's coming around. He's coming around this way. She's going this way. They pass. Give her the phone. And then he takes the phone on down here. And she goes over here. He's taking her phone somewhere off of Fisher Road. And she's going Ridge Road. So Fisher and Ridge Road right there. Just pass off. The other one is she goes down Cuss Road and digs a hole buries her camera and shit. All right, back up. Bobby goes over, undigs it later. All I know, well, there's only so many ways that you could do this. Okay, didn't go over to the fucking ranger station. What about that other building across the road? That belonged to somebody in Manawha County. Oh, let's go up the road a little bit, and we'll pull in behind Scott's house, and we'll all be hanging out in Scott's trailer. Okay, but you got Scott's trailer, you got the county fish and game, right across within, like in the backyard of the ranger station, and we got Scott Taddock up here. The best place to go would be the ranger station. It's in Manawha County. Nobody sees her pull into Scott's house. All right? Really, there's no other place they can go. Manawha County, Manawha Gravel Pit, that's the only two places they can go. Okay. So, Gloria Allred is going to look at photo shoot for the 31st of October, 2005. Teresa Hallbach. Teresa's name, Steve's address, Scott Taddock's phone number, because she had Tom Janda's phone number on the 31st of October because he was still living there. And this phone number belonged to and was listed at being on Highway 147 at the address of Scott Taddock's trailer. Before the 31st of October 2005. Okay? Those are the records. That's what it shows. Kratz. You got this guy that comes on to your little program. Okay? Some truther dweeb buck. Okay? That doesn't know his ass from a hole in the fucking ground. And you and him go at it over stupid spoof shit. Stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you invite me? Come on to your little show. What is this, off the record? Yeah. I'd like you across the table from me. Leave Steve out of it, leave Brennan out of it, leave all the lawyers out of it, leave everybody out of it. You and me, motherfucker. You and me. Come on. Send me an airplane ticket. We'll meet in Redwood City, California. Yeah. Redwood City, California. And here's what I want. I want Kathleen T. Zoner and her whole entire frickin' staff there in the audience, observing. I want Gloria Allred and her whole entire staff there, observing. Okay? Yeah. And then we'll have all the original lawyers there, observing. And I'll thoroughly kick your ass. Like I'm doing now, okay? Kratz, bring me on. I'm begging you. Come on. You and me. You and me. You're not going to do it. You're not going to step foot in a room with me. You're not going to do it. You won't do it. Hey, everybody out there, you hear me? Yeah. Petition Kratz to go up against Boyd. Kratz, Boyd. Come on. Come on. I'm calling you out. I'm saying there I am. Anytime. Hey, Steve, why don't you tell Kratz that you'll write a book with him? Done. Yeah. Tell him that. You'll walk. You'll walk. Stephen Avery, yeah. What phone number was your sister's phone number on the 31st of October, 2005? And why was that phone number listed on Highway 147? Why is that phone number listed on Avery Road, the business office phone? Why is that phone number listed as being Barb Taddish's? Now Taddish. Okay? Janda at the time. Huh? Steve, you figure that out. Let's see now. Stephen did not call his sister. His sister did not call him on that phone number for fucking fat Jack. They all know it. They all know it. Why wasn't that brought up to Dean Strain and John and Buting, huh? Why didn't they argue that? How did law enforcement come in possession of a piece of paper that was written out by Teresa Marie Halbach, sitting in her 6P3 deep jewel green Toyota RAV4, that Bobby was watching and Steve was walking away from, end up in law enforcement hands? Original copy. How did that happen? If Stephen Avery killed her, if Stephen Avery burned all her shit, how did the Daily Planner end up over back at Teresa's house? Huh? Why is her keys to her Toyota sitting on the fucking counter? Why is the keys to Teresa Marie Halbach, 6B3, Deep Joe Green, Toyota RAV4, found, no, not found, was on the counter in the video on the board? Okay, maybe it's somebody else's keys. Whatever. Point of the matter is that law enforcement is in possession of a sheet of paper that was in possession of Teresa Marie Halbach while she was collecting the money from Stephen Avery. How do you get out of that? Huh? Explain that to me. Did Stephen Avery pull it up in an airplane and fucking throw it? And it landed in Teresa Marie Halbach's fucking house? Oh, for the cops to find? No. It was produced by none other than Ryan Hillegrass. Ryan Hillegrass was in possession of Teresa Marie Halbach's Daily Planner. Ryan Hillegrass was in possession of photo shoot 31 October 2005, Teresa Halbach. How does Ryan come in possession of this while she's in her car, writing notes that day? He's in possession of her planner. A, he killed her. B, he assisted her in disappearing, along with Mike. Right? Yeah. So that implicates Ryan and Mike. Not necessarily in her murder, we can't prove that, but at least we can prove that they were involved in her disappearance, is as far as you can fucking go. Bones in the pit. Well, shit, we got Carmen Bockwell. Okay, she was just incinerated not too long ago. Okay. They got her bones fresh from the fucking, to go put. The dogs didn't hit. Dogs did not hit on the gravel pit, on the burn pit. Did not hit there. That's a fucking fantasy. People. I have raised, proven, beyond any shadow of a doubt whatsoever, that Teresa Marie Halbach left Avery's property. Okay, Ron Hillegrass didn't ride up there, park behind Teresa, kill her ass, and then burn all the fucking shit and everything like that while Steven sat in the house watching porn. Okay? That didn't happen. So, how is law enforcement in possession of Teresa's appointment sheet. Huh? How did that happen? Kratz! Come on. The whole world. Let's do it. I want to be star of Netflix Making Murder Season 3. You and me. Kratz Boyd. Kratz versus Boyd. You see, Ken, it's like this. You didn't prove Teresa Marie Halbach to be dead beyond a shadow of doubt. You did not prove anywhere near Stephen Avery or Brendan Dassey killing Teresa Marie Halbach. All that is your horror fantasy. That's all that is. It's your imagination. It's your thought. It's your theory of what happened. But you wasn't there. So you made it up. You lied through everything, always got an excuse.